Welcome back to GXC, everyone. In today's video, we'll be going over who will win, the supercharged evolved Godzilla or the thermonuclear Godzilla from King of Monsters. I'll let Godzilla break that down right now.
So, in our last video, we had the supercharged blue Godzilla versus the thermonuclear Godzilla. And man, that was an interesting battle there. And the victorious victor was thermonuclear Godzilla. But today, in this part 2, it is the thermonuclear versus the supercharged evolved. Now you may wonder, what is the version of supercharged evolved Godzilla? And you thought it's just a regular base version? Well, see, there's actually two versions of the evolved. There's a base version where he just became the evolved, and then near the end of the movie, Godzilla's calling the New Empire, he started glowing all purple like the way he did like in King of Monsters, where he's all thermonuclear, or in the blue supercharged state. So eventually he got even more powerful with that energy because he was trying to figure out how to use it. So now the real question is, who will remain on top? Will thermonuclear win again, or will he be dethroned by the supercharge? Well, let's get down into it. So the thermonuclear Godzilla from King of the Monsters was really powerful. How did he become to this? Is because, one, he got hit by a nuclear bomb that was used to revive him after being hit with the oxygen destroyer. Then he was also about ready to go into a nuclear meltdown, which would have been really bad. So then he had Mothra's life essence go to him, which was able to help him contain it in a way, but also release this overwhelming energy. So the thermonuclear Godzilla is actually a dangerous state, not just for everyone else around him, but also for himself, because he has too much energy that he couldn't hold at that time. So thanks to Mothra, he was able to vent it out. So his main ability was the thermonuclear pulse, which was able to melt pretty much everything in his vicinity, and he was also to melt the buildings surrounding him, because everything was just kind of, the surface of his body was just all that energy. So it was on the inside, but as much as it was on the outside. So it was just overflowing. So he had to get rid of it. Now, did he have an atomic breath? The director said he did have access to it, but he didn't use it in the film. So it probably was really powerful if he did use the atomic breath. But I bet if he used it, he'd probably lose that form much quicker, since it's a lot more energy output. So we have that down. Now, the supercharged evolved Godzilla, you didn't see him melting things around him, but the supercharged blue state had a steamy sort of thing to him, so it's kind of close. But the supercharged evolved Godzilla is more powerful than the blue version, because the blue version was absorbing a lot of radiation outposts and all that kind of stuff, which was making more and more overloaded with radiation. Once again, but not as dangerous as the thermonuclear, because that was too much of a dangerous state. But the blue version is actually a less volatile, but also really powerful overflowed state in a way. So when he became the evolved Godzilla said that his energy was increased 20 times. Now his power levels were not increased 20 times, although he did get more powerful. Don't get that wrong. But when they said 20 times, means that his able to store more energy was increased by 20 times more. So that means what happened in Boston in King of the Monsters, thermonuclear Godzilla, will most likely not happen again, because now he's able to store even more energy than he used to. So his energy limiter is now expanded, so now he can take more. So the evolved Godzilla can actually store more energy. And when he became supercharged form in the evolved state, he actually had access to the spiral heat ray, which, if you know what that is, that's the upgraded version of the atomic breath. That goes from the regular standard blue. But even when he was in the evolved form, it was still magenta pink, but it did not have the spiral around it. So that means it was probably hotter than the regular blue he had, but was not the spiral. So the spiral heat ray was even more powerful than the base evolved. So if you look at it that way, sure, the thermonuclear Godzilla was really powerful, melting things around him, and the evolved didn't see things melting around, but that's because the evolved is more of a contained power. Since now he has a bigger energy output, it's not like, just coming out of his body for no reason. He needs to use that in a focused condensed beam. So that's why he has the, that spiral heat ray, because all that energy is focused into one beam. So it's more of a controlled form, which can actually hold more energy. So while the thermonuclear Godzilla is really powerful, he can only do so much in a short span of time before he loses it, or he probably just be overpowered by the evolved Godzilla simply because how much energy he can hold. So the victor of this fight would have to be the supercharged evolved Godzilla. Now, if it was the base Godzilla evolved without the supercharged form, then I would say the thermonuclear Godzilla would probably win.
Alright guys, and that is the breakdown of today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like today's video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace out.